How can we stoop so low? Big deal. Today, I'm giving it to you real raw. I'm giving it to you the facts. I don't care who don't like it. I don't care how you play it, how you take it. But it's too much lying going on. I know y'all tired of it. I ain't gotta say no. I ain't saying no name. I ain't playing them type of games. I just want y'all to do y'all homework and understand everything that I'm telling y'all. It's all facts, man. It's real. Y'all need to understand what led up to what's going on today, right now today. What's really happening, what's really going on. So we'll understand and we'll know. Like, why is the neighborhood like this? Why is this neighborhood so infamous? Why do this neighborhood have so much light, so much of the light that's shining on it? Why do you think the world is talking about the Dirks and the Ducks and the Vons and the Cashes and the Fat Shorties and the Butters and the J Mains and all these things? I want y'all to understand where it really came from and what the real problem is and what really happened, so y'all will understand what's going on. We're going to talk about 63rd King Drive today. That means we might talk a little bit about Smashville. We're going to take it through there. We're going to talk about Parkway. We got to say Parkway, the Wick, Old Block. Then we have to take it up to that. Then we're going to go up the street a little bit. Right there, the 6601 King Drive. We're going to talk about what happened and who held it, who was there, what did they do, and what was influential. Well, not influential, what was informational for y'all to understand the changes of the neighborhood and how it went from how you want to look at it. It might have been a good look, it might have been a bad look, but it was a prosperous look. So I want y'all to look at it. I want y'all to take this ride with me on the story time of the real 63rd, so y'all will understand what's going on. Now, I'm going to take y'all back to 6601 King Drive, right across the street from Old Block. I need y'all to Google and remember this name. His name is Alexander Cooper. Alexander Cooper now. Alexander Cooper was a member of the L. Rookins. Then he wasn't a member of the L. Rookins. He was tied into the L. Rookins because he was a money man. See, back then, it was about money. And that's what today in this present day, that's what has us crippled, because we don't understand the power of money. We think the power is in shooting a gun. We think the power is in killing each other, or we think the power is having a tough name or a tough image. Everybody want to be tough. But we know, and I know, the toughest guy is the next man to go to heaven. That's what the tough man is. When I see tough, and I see people broadcasting and making these people, let these people blow them up to where they get the feeling like that they the tough man, or they gonna destroy something, or they gonna do something, they gonna hurt something, I just sit back and step out the way, man, because I know that's the next man to crash out. But let me get back to the business. Alexander Cooper. I need y'all to understand who this man is. Alexander Cooper is street name Ghost. Ghost was part of a drug ring, a heroin ring. Heroin, cocaine, marijuana. Ghost, man, was something else, and I watched him as a kid. And this ain't no BAP, and this could be no BAP, no cap, or whatever they want to call it. And this could be all looked up. You can check it out. Alexander Cooper, man, the man was indicted for killing a federal informant. Now, the things that y'all play about on the internet all day, these days, about putting people paperwork out and saying that this person did this and this person told on this person and this person did that, it wasn't none of that back then. That wasn't to be played with. If you were looked at as an informant, or you was looked at as an individual that had told on somebody or got somebody locked up or put in jail, you was gone. It wasn't none of that. It was over with. The things that we play with today, didn't go back then. You could not play like that. Like putting all this false paperwork out or saying out your mouth that somebody told something or somebody did something like that. You could not play like that. That was nothing you could play like. That was over with. So going into Ghost, Alexander Cooper, he was one of the first black people, or one of the first people that I know that opened up a Domino's Pizza. If you remember back, let's say like maybe about 86, 87, my time could be wrong. It was a Domino's Pizza on Cottage Grove. I believe like 83rd, 82nd. He owned it. The federal government accused the man of having a stunt double. Like he would go in because he was working at the streets of sanitation. He'd go in and he'd act like, bam, I'm here, I'm signing in, but he had somebody doing it that looked like him. The man had money, period. Remember, look it up, Alexander Cooper. I'm gonna put his case in the track so you can understand, you will see. But the thing I'm trying to get at, and I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this. Before Old Block was there, before when it was Parkway, it was DeWitt, and before it got to be Old Block, MCs, Vice Lords, they ran that neighborhood. They ran it. The El Rookers ran right there on King Drive. So the GDs wasn't there. The GDs was down the street. The GDs always been there, but they were there, a heavy presence. They was together, they was moving, and they were making multi-million dollars. They were not playing. They wasn't playing the game as the game is being played now, and we being played out for crumbs. We got our kids out here dying for crumbs. And these guys was making millions of dollars without killing. The only time killing or different things went on was when you violated the so-called rules. And the rules was no snitching, no stealing, no robbing. So when people go back through and they say this and they try to tell y'all all the history of this guy been here and this guy been here, no. I'm going to give you the real history. The real history of Parkway is it was Vice Lords, it was MCs in there, and the guy that was in there that was real powerful at the time with them was Romeo, Carlos, and a couple other guys, and they were not under the 6. I'm keeping it all the way funky, all the way real. It took the GDs to battle and fight to uproot them up out of there. And it didn't happen overnight. So if anybody want to lie and play games and tell those stories, those are the real true stories, man. Then when the GDs came into Parkway, the GDs was in there. A lot of the GDs flipped BD and went and they stayed, and the GDs left. And it been BD ever since. But at one point in time, half of Parkway was BD when it was DeWitt, and half of it was GD. And we all stayed in there in peace and harmony. I never stayed in there. I knew people in there. We played in there. We always hung in there. But it has not always been BD. It had not always been GD. It's been some of everything in there. MCs, Vice Lords. So what I'm trying to tell y'all and get y'all to understand that these neighborhoods have been uprooted between different organizations, and each time it was a stronger organization that made money, that helped the community, that did what they had to do to make a way out, because that's all they ever gave us. Now we up upon the same thing, but times have changed because now we are creating jobs. But back to the business, we ain't on that right now. I'm tired of people lying to y'all. So let me clear it all the way up. So we had Ghost Alexander Cooper, 6601, he stayed there. King Drive, affiliated with the El Rookers. We had the Vice Lords, we had the MCs, we had some GDs in Parkway, which was the Wick or Parkway Gardens. There was no gates up, there was none of that up. None of that was going on. So don't let nobody tell y'all that garbage. 63rd, 61st, King Drive, GDs, it was stones through there. Don't let nobody tell y'all nothing different. Don't let nobody tell y'all nothing different. That's all I'm going to tell y'all about King Drive. That's all I'm going to tell y'all about the Wick, Parkway, and now what you call O-Block. But that's the real facts. Don't let nobody tell y'all no garbage. Yeah, y'all thought I was done. I'm not. 63rd and Ellis. I gotta give it to you real and raw. Ghost Town, Murder Town, Crank Town. Hey, we have to just, I call it clean. I call a spade a spade. It been too much line going on. I'm going through the whole trait. I'm tired of all this line. I'm tired of all this playing, man. Ghost Town, Murder Town, right? The founders of that, man, is Dodo, Clytus, Johnny Page, rest in peace, Shrimp. Man, I can go on, man. Pops, Sid, Yo-Yo, man, Fonte, I can go down. Fonte, I can go through the line, man. Reggie, just leading up to it. Man, I can go down the line. And this before we start talking about Pac-Man, or this before we start talking about King Louis, or this before we start talking about my little brother Stefan, or before we start talking about Baron and different guys like that carried the legacy on. I'm talking about hardcore Murder Town, Ghost Town. I'm talking about Crank Town, Kimbart. The love, how we had, it was different. Like that's why I can never count the Moes out. I can never count the brothers out because it didn't start off like that. Now we fought and we battled. We didn't understand. We picked up, like I said, we picked up where our uncles and different things left off, but the killing was never there. Now I could sit in the room with them and we could have stories about the fights, the heartache, the hurt. The killing didn't start coming into the Dro City days, the TYMB Young Money days, because our youth, they understand it is different, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. See, it's guys like Bill. It's guys like Squeaky. It's guys like Capri. You know, it's guys like Michi that y'all seen on there. It's other guys that is so instrumental through the neighborhood. Y'all seen Locks on there. It's so much with 63rd, and I'm talking about Ellis, but we got to take it to University. We got to take it to Woodlawn. We got to take it to Kimbart. We can't take nothing from nobody on them blocks. We have to really understand that at one point we all coexisted with each other, going off the movement. Okay, yeah, they the Moes. In our mind, we got beat in our mind that these are supposed to be our ops, and these brothers was never our ops, man. Because as kids, we all played on the crate together in the back of Woodlawn. Woodlawn and Kimbart set right there. That's the middle of it. You got Woodlawn, then you got Kimbart. Then we had one brown milk crate, some rusty nails and a ball. And everybody played on it. The Stones, the GDs, the BDs wasn't around. And I'm not taking that from the BDs, I'm not being sarcastic, but on that end of the east side, it wasn't no BDs at the time. It wasn't no BDs at the time. So the BDs didn't come to maybe like, I'll say like 90, 94, 93, maybe 92. I'll give it 92. That's when the BDs started showing up Once again, because a lot of the GDs that flip. See, people don't want to talk about that. Don't nobody want. I'm giving it to you real and raw. 92. But we're going to stay on the Stones. We're going to stay on the GDs. We're going to stay on Cranktown, Murdertown, Ghost Town. Hyde Park was the school. That was the central school for that Woodlawn area. Man, we used to have to fight the Stones from CVS because they'd come up to the school. We had to fight the guys from South Shore. Man, listen, it wasn't a walk in the park. But guess what? We was able to walk through the park and make it back home. It wasn't no killing. And it was more about money, and it was more about neighborhoods. See, that's what I mean by I'm trying to paint a picture to make y'all see and understand that the stuff that they pushing nowadays is so important to be pushed, and that's why they got it on these big platforms, because these neighborhoods that they are talking about, these Jarros, these Dro Cities, these crank towns, and these old blocks, these were $1 million blocks that were being made in the underground world. And it's all documented, it's all proof. But they done took the initiative of that away and got everybody to feeling where's that everybody is an op. Everybody got to kill each other. Everybody got to die. Ain't nobody sat down and thought about focusing on no way to get no money. Nobody. All everybody want to do is shoot, kill, and destroy. And that's all we push, because that's all we want, because it's been programmed in our head. People be saying OG be tripping, but OG ain't tripping. OG understand what's going on. You got to look at the fact of this, man. Here it is, all these blocks been occupied by different organizations, and each time it overturned, it go from the money being high to coming all the way down to the next tier, all the way down to the next tier, till it ain't no money, it's just killing. It's just violence. It's a reason that these neighborhoods have been broke down like that, and for people to push out. People don't believe in gentrification, but it's in full effect. And it's affecting our neighborhood. How is it that we have the lowest rate of people that's working jobs, getting money, but the highest rate in murders, the highest rate in everything that's destroying us and destruction, but when it comes to us saving each other, we don't have it. Why is that? Y'all don't think it's by design? Look at how everything was tore down, how everything was missed, how everything was moved and pushed around. If you look at it, people keep saying that it happened when they closed the housing authority. True. Because a lot of people that came from housing authority migrated into these blocks. And I watched it happen. It made me uproot from where I was from and leave, because it was too much friction with new people and old people, and they didn't know how to determine who was good and who was bad. And it left a neighborhood of death. It left a neighborhood of death. If you look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you from the indictment with Ghost from King Drive, the indictment with the 39 Gangster Disciples, and the indictment with the Black Disciples. I think Ghost was in 91, the Gangster Disciples, 95, the Black Disciples, 2004. Y'all say drill started 2010. I beg to differ. I say drill started in 2003. The proof will be there with the documentary. And it's also true. But people want y'all to pound in y'all head and believe that not Dirk. They want y'all to believe that Dirk too. Duck, E-Day, Dirk, and the rest of them guys started drill. No. They did not. And I'm gonna stand on that. They did not. But back to the business with these blocks. 63rd, Ellis, Greenwood, University, Woodlawn. The 4 blocks, man, was awesome for the underworld. Wasn't no killing. Go back, Google it. Look at the crime rate. Look at the shoots. Look at what went on. Fast forward to 2004, we get drill on the scene. We get different things on the scene where our youth, our millenniums, was to take over. But all the foundation that would have helped them or could have guided them to do anything that was right to better the neighborhood have been took, have been erased away, and have been chased off. They got chased off. Even I ran. At the time, you go back and look, I know people that got 20 and 40 years just for having a title. Google it. It's all there. Stop letting these people lie to y'all. Stop letting them lie to y'all. Because they've been lying, man. They've been getting away with it. I'm getting y'all some work to check out. (6217) Calumet. I gotta keep it funky. I gotta keep it funky. Hey, listen, man. Always like all these other neighborhoods, it been uprooted. That building changed, man. It changed. First people was in that building, man, was stones, man. Wasn't GDs, wasn't BDs, it was stones. Do your homework, do your history. 6217 Calumet. Stones. They can play, they can say, but it's real. Stones, after the Stones, GDs. Don't let nobody lie to you. I'm keeping it all the way real, all the way funky. GDs. The last to reside in it, BDs. Stronghold. No question. Call a spade a spade. And can't nobody take nothing away from Scan. I ain't gonna say his name too long, too many times. Man just came home from under some garbage. Man was indicted. But Scan, in my eyes, I could be wrong. He built a mob. He built King Drive. Him, Mac, Melbo played his role. A few other people I ain't gonna get to, as my man Truth Teller say, policey with it. But how I started off Stones in them, man. And the GDs was in there. It was MCs in there as well. We always remember. Can't count the MCs out because they were here. They were here. They wasn't just on 29th Street. They were here. They was on 63rd Street. They was through 63rd, 65th and Cottage. They were called the Bad Boys, some of them. Then it was a Psycho Crew. Psycho Crew was mixed of BDs, GDs, MCs. See, that's how the neighborhoods used to move. But don't let nobody try to erase that history and take away from the history and say that the GDs wasn't in the Calumet building or the MCs wasn't in the Calumet building. Yeah. The end result of the building was BDs, ain't no question. You can't take that from nobody. And they mob was built and put together. But we cannot erase the real fact or the history of it was GDs in there. It was MCs in there. Because our neighborhood moved different, man. Our neighborhoods used to be motivated by money. That is unheard of or unseen today. Because if it had anything to do involving money, it wouldn't be so much killing, man. It wouldn't be so much shooting. It wouldn't be so much destruction. Because when you have money, you happy. You can actually make good decisions in your life. You can eat when you want to. You know, you can go out of town. You can live. You can take care of your kids. You can take care of your family when you want to. 6217, we had some good days, man. Yeah, I used to be in there. No question. We had some good days. That was a long block. A summertime with the music out. The days when sounds and banging was going on. Man, it was a different day. I seen a different day in our neighborhood. That's why I cry tears of shame, man. I cry tears of shame. I ain't ashamed to say it. To see all these kids lose their life and see all these kids die. And the moral and the principle of this message and this video to tell y'all the true story about 63rd. Don't die for this. Don't die for this. Please don't die for this. Because you see how as time changes and things get better, your ops that you thought was your ops ain't your ops no more. They become your brother. Because you catch up with your growth sprout. You start to understand and you start to look at life from a better position, from a better window. And it's crazy because I'm sitting here making this video and at the same time I'm working and I'm just getting a notification that 2 young men have been shot. Right now while I'm making this video. So it's important to me to reach the youth, to let them understand. Y'all think I'm lying? Two young men just was shot. 6414 King Drive. A 16 and a 17-year-old. One injured, one fighting for his life. This is serious, man. We playing the wrong games, man, with our youth, with our future, man. We have to start pushing the right message, man. This is not worth y'all life, man. Now, if you watch these videos, you look at how these neighborhoods done changed. Calumet Building went from Stones, GDs, MCs, BDs. It ended up BDs. It's all gone now. So look at all the people that lost their life that we might have thought that it was important at the time to do these type of things. But then you have to look at the people that have been blessed that's still here. No matter what trials or tribulations that they had to go through to reach this point. But we all get in a room and we all say the one single thing is this. It was not worth it, man. It was not worth the journey that we had to go through to get to this destination that we at now. See, we keep getting confused. We so worried about the destination. We want to get there and look good and do whatever we got to do to get there. If it's kill, rob, destroy each other to get to our destination. And then when we get there, we like, wow, this ain't shit. I did all this for that. Not knowing and understanding that we have to enjoy the journey of life, man. Enjoy the journey of life. The journey of life is not about killing nobody. The journey of life is not about no ops. The journey of life is not about destroying nobody. The journey of life is short. Enjoy it, man. Whatever y'all do, man, take y'all time and watch this and don't stoop so low. I got to go to work now. I have to go try to either see what I can do to help or defuse this situation with these young men that have been shot and they have been hurt. We had a crazy weekend. We had a co-worker shot 9 times. We had so many things going on. It seemed like every time we moved forward to push peace, we just was fighting for money, for more jobs and more different things. And you look back and it's always some entity to push us all the way back. Help me, help us, man. Let's get it together. Let's move as one. Right now, we moving as one Woodlawn. We want to move as one through the whole city, man. We got to stop this op mess, man. We got to stop it. Whatever y'all do, man, subscribe to the channel, share the video, like, comment, tell me what y'all think, and do y'all homework. I want y'all to challenge me. Don't just take my word for it. Challenge me. Do your homework. Google it. Look what I said. Alexander Cooper. 1995, the GDs got snatched up. 2004, the Black Disciples got snatched up. Look how it changed. Look how everything changed. Look how Chicago changed when Jeff Ford and Larry Hoover got locked up. Look how Chicago changed when Wakita got locked up. Just look at it. Don't just take my word for it. And look at these men as Allah allowed them to do different and be different. Look at they change. Look at what they doing to help. And they still being blackballed. Do your homework and don't stoop so low.